5-7. It is sponsored by the Center for Emerging Media, and he's an all-around great guy, wonderful dad, and most deserving of this.
You say wonderful dad?
And husband.
That's the best thing. It is the best thing.
Marsha, you gonna introduce him to you? I mean, you both.
Well, I think that she said an awful lot, but one thing I can say is that I'm really proud of Mark. And you do a really great show, and on occasion I will call in or send a tweet.
Yes, a tweet.
And to make sure that I'm weighing in on your stories and your subject matter. But I'm proud of the fact that you built a team to make certain that we are looking at all the realistic and some unrealistic attributes to the problems that are going on around the country, particularly specifically for the Baltimore area. And I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate your interviewing skills, and I appreciate the guests that you have on your show.
Thank you.
And I do listen.
We all listen.
But I do listen. And I think that as we were talking earlier while you were trying to get off the train, we as a community have to make certain that we are looking at the subjects, that we're listening to the subjects that are impacting our community. It's critical for us to make certain that we weigh in. It's critical to know the people who are bringing you the subject matter that is going to or could very well change our lives, the lives of future generations, or things that are just going to function on how we function on a daily basis. Too often we get too comfortable, but with what we say, oh, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. And I think it's Radio 1 or Kathy Hughes, information is power. It is power. And if you don't have the information, it automatically makes you powerless. So congratulations and thank you. You probably grew a couple of gray hairs while I was
I have
talking
a lot of gray
about
hairs,
this.
but that's all right.
Please, we'd like to hear from you.
Just very quickly, that's it. Thank you very much for this. Two very quick things. One, it means a lot because it comes from the community here in Baltimore, recognizing the work we try to do at WEA and other places. That means more than anything, which is why I got off the train, and before I had to go pick up folks, take them to dinner, I had to come here first just to thank you for the honor that you're giving me. So that meant a lot. And I think that seeing all these young people up here, most of y'all, some of you are about my age, most of you are much younger than I am, much younger than I am. I want to say that to see the power of young people grabbing a hold of radio, grabbing a hold of the community, telling the stories of our culture, telling the stories of our world, holding people in power, holding their feet to the fire, making them answer the questions that they need to answer. To make our community whole means a great deal because you all are the future. You're the ones going to carry it on. Maybe I have 10 years, maybe I have 15 more years, maybe that's all I have, maybe I have less. So the next generation is going to take over and make this work. It means a lot coming from both Donnie and Marcia. Marcia and I are colleagues. I've known her for a long time. She's an incredible human being. Donnie Glover is a pioneer in this town when it comes to media, pushing the issues that have to be pushed, willing to get into people's faces, including mine, from time to time. And I think that's important. And so that means even doubly more to me to get this award. And I just think you've got to keep pushing it. Today, one last thing is, one of the things I realized about media, at least from my end, our end, especially the news side, is you've got to push. We're at a time in America and in the city now where people of power, people with money, people of means, the developers, people who run City Hall, are running our lives. We have to take back those lives. They belong to us. There's a great divide in this country and the city now, and we know which side we're on. And the media plays a critical role in that. You all play a critical role in that. And thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, this is a great deal.
Tell them what you do every January.
Every January. Well, every January, actually next Wednesday, on January 8th in Annapolis, we have our 11th annual Annapolis Summit, where I interview the governor, the Speaker of the House, and the President of the Senate. Everybody's invited. Just go to steinershow.org. You can see how to get tickets and join us there. You can ask them questions yourself. That's why we have it. We have a lot of questions to ask about Common Core curriculum, about our schools, about our prisons, about our criminal justice system, about lawyers at bail, the kind of questions they have to answer for our community. We'll be doing that on Wednesday, January 8th, 7 to 10 a.m. at the Calvert House in Annapolis. So come on down and join us.
Can we